bag done, school bag done, forest school bag done. Shoes, trainers. Check uniform for the fourth time. I have a problem. Good morning, shiny, happy people. As you may have guessed, I'm currently in my ADHD panic bubble. It happens occasionally. Now, this one is quite simple. It's over the fact that the kids go back to school next week. I dropped them off to, the holiday club this morning, and we talked about the fact that, you got this one, and then Thursday, and then that's it, and then there's no more. At which point my brain just snapped and was sort of like, have I got everything I need for school? And then I completely forgot everything I'd done. And the stupid thing is, when it comes to things like uniforms and school stuff, I actually made a list. And to make sure that I didn't second guess myself, I specifically made sure that I ticked off the list, and when it was done, I got rid of the list. So I knew it was done. My brain is now confused as to what was on the list and if I've even done it. So I'm now in a blind panic, just going, have I got uniform? Have I got shoes? Have I got this? Have I got that? And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. So I'm in a little bit of a panic phase, and I need to calm down. And as far as I know, there is only one way I can actually properly do that.
It's not the same when you're used to sharing with someone. Still. Reminder of happy time.
I suppose one other thing I've done is a bit of self-reflection. Now, I've been thinking about the fact that it's been a challenge. The last 6 weeks, the last 8 weeks have been difficult, and I don't think I was expecting it to be this hard. I mean, there wasn't anything particularly unusual about it. Sort of like, we were in for a bit, we played a bit, we went out a bit. The kids totally trashed the front room every single day, and I cleaned it up in the evening. I got some sleep, I didn't sleep. But ultimately, time moves on. I think that's the takeaway I've got to take from this. The fact that regardless of anything I do or anything that happens, we always get to the other side, but we always get to, the other end, regardless of anything else that happens in the middle. It's just the state of you at the other end that you generally have concern about. I think the kids have survived as well. I think they've certainly enjoyed the trips to the zoo and some National Trust and just out walking. I think we kind of forget what it's like to be that age. Where we forget the fun that we could have and whether or not we actually, can live it. Because, yes, they have, tablets and computers and televisions and stuff, but unfortunately, that's the way of the future. So I'm not going to restrict their time on it, as long as they remember that they can turn them off. It's not about the screen time, it's about how they utilise it and what they watch. Because if they're going to sit and watch garbage, that's all they're going to remember. So in the peak of, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, and shopping. I needed to go shopping anyway, because the strange thing about having children here is that they are out of house and home all the time, so you've got to keep on replenishing food. Like they eat a lot. So I got that done. Nip round. So I was literally spending my time just going, what on earth have I forgotten? What do you put in school bags? I mean, it's different for both of them as well now. Because, I mean, as far as Seb goes, he's year 4. He needs something completely different to what Clara needs in year 8. Clara's got a book bag. That's it. She has to go in and have a book. That's about it. Whereas Seb has to go in and he's got to have all sorts of gubbins. Trouble is, I'm not sure what most of that gubbins is. So I am just going to guess. But no, as far as the shopping went, I was sort of like, what on earth have I forgotten? Sort of like, I'm just going to buy Seb some vests and stuff as well, because I'm pretty sure he hasn't got any. I didn't buy him any pants recently. Probably did, but now he's got another 10 pairs as well. From a guy perspective, you can't have too many. Let's be honest. I need another coffee. So after the second cup of coffee, I decided to have a little sit down. Well, I had a nap actually, so like 25 minutes. Nearly missed the time to go pick the kids up from school. Luckily enough, I didn't. I feel a bit better now, and I am on my way to pick the kids up from school. I've had a couple more Facebook posts pop up on my memories. The problem is, at this point, everyone thought she was just another patient, so no one actually did anything. But again, they didn't know any better. Nobody knew anything. No one paid attention to, what was actually happening internally, which I think was, a major problem. But, you've got 100 patients in there. They've all either, bunged up or they're having a poo. So it's a case of just normalise the medication. But if only we'd known. And there's no point me saying that, because I overthink it. And, it is one of those things. I will very happily do a Doctor Strange and sit there and consider 14,000,006 different realities to see what would have happened in each one, but it's not going to help anybody. I've had this fight with myself for months, almost every single day. I sit there and I go, could I have done better? Could I have done anything differently? Could she have stayed with us longer? And yeah, maybe I could have. We knew her liver was weak because it had been for ages. She always had weird test results. I kind of touched on that before. But, when we hit lockdown, mentally, it was absolutely draining. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody upped their alcohol consumption. And yeah, I was the one who left the house to go and buy it. And could I have said no? Could I have not bought it? Yeah. But at the time, it didn't seem like the right choice. But I will not forgive myself for that. The only other thing I think is, it's sad that Natasha left us, but she did it now. The kids are young, and they will recover. Supposing she did have another 10 years, that would have been great. But if her liver had given out when Seb was a teenager, he would have been absolutely distraught. It would absolutely have killed both of them if they lost Mummy as their teenagers. And it hurts to say that. Maybe I'm just trying to justify everything that's happened. Maybe I can sit here and just say what if to every possible outcome. But I can't. because there is only one outcome, and it's the one I'm currently sitting in. And we have to move forward. And one thing the last few months have taught me is that you will always get to the end. There is an end point and you will always reach it. It's the state you're in when you get there is what you have control over. So I'm going to do everything in my power to try and remain in a stable state. You know, I mean, Natasha's memory will live on for a long time, and I see so much of her in Seb and Clara. You know, the beauty, the wit, the OCD, the lung capacity whilst screaming. Okay, that one was a bit of a joke, but I think she would have appreciated it. But I spend a lot of my time stuck inside my head, and it's very hard to explain it to anybody, especially the children. Because the way I feel, I wouldn't wish this on them. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And when people have said in the past, you know, I'm sorry for your loss, I know how you feel, I can understand why people get so annoyed in things like CSI, because it's all like, no, you don't. I don't think you could ever understand how I feel unless it actually happens. Now, understanding how I feel is a weird one, because to lose a partner so young when you've got kids is, you know, a Venn diagram that's, you know, quite small. The crossover point of that is tiny, and in fact, out of the, you know, 1,000 or so friends I've got on Facebook, I know of only one other person that it's happened to. You can't go back, you can't change anything, you can't wish it was all better. What I can try to do is move forward. So that's what I'm trying. Spend my time using my time more effectively. Achieving something. Because that's what Natasha always wanted for me. To actually do something. Admittedly, sometimes it's because she sat there and why won't you do anything? So like, oh, no, it's not like that. But I want to use my time more wisely. I'm not sure how. I'll figure it out. I'm on my way to that end point now, and I've got no idea how long it will take to get there, or what state I'll be in when I arrive. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the last few minutes of silence of the car ride. Enjoy the peace and quiet before the kids get in the car and demand Bluey non-stop for the next 4 hours.